Chapter 1. The Velvet Prison Again. The first thing Ren noticed was the smell, a sharp blend of sandalwood cologne and ridiculously expensive detergent, like arrogance and money had a baby. The second thing was the velvet-lined walls. Burgundy. Embroidered. Familiar. "Oh, hell no," Ren groaned, sitting up in a bed that probably cost more than his entire bank account. He looked down. Silk robe. Gold embroidery. His initials. The cuffs were monogrammed with a W wolf. God damn it, Xander. As if summoned by sheer rage, the tall mahogany doors swung open. And there he was, Xander Wolf, billionaire CEO, secret mafia boss, fashionably late psychopath, and, unfortunately, Ren's ex-husband. He wore a black suit, open collar, sleeves rolled up, and that same look on his face he always had when he saw Ren, the expression of a man seconds away from launching a dozen red roses and a marriage proposal at you even after you'd filed a restraining order. "Good morning, darling," Xander said, voice like honey laced with danger. "Did you sleep well in our bed?" Ren stared, unamused. "We're divorced." Xander waved it off. Details. Flashback to how it all begins. Ren never planned to marry a billionaire alpha. He was just a snarky Omega working as a systems analyst when he accidentally deleted an entire merger file that belonged to Wolf Tech. One private meeting, 100 apologies, and a tantrum later. Xander had fallen head over heels. And by head over heels, Ren meant stalker-level obsession. Within a month, Ren was receiving daily flowers, hourly texts, hourly calls about the texts, and once, a serenade at work with a string quartet flown in from Italy. And then came the business proposal marriage. "If we marry, I can close the Bennett merger, my board will shut up about stability, and you'll never have to work a boring job again." Ren. "Why me?" Xander. "Because I love you. And you make this face when you're annoyed that I want to see every morning." Ren agreed, mostly because he was tired, broke, and Xander was really hot when he wasn't being extra. 1 month into marriage. Chaos. The honeymoon lasted exactly 3 weeks. Then came the drama. Ren wanted breakfast in silence. Xander hired a harpist. Ren wanted privacy. Xander installed security cameras for protection. Ren asked for boundaries. Xander gave him 24/7 personal bodyguards and built a mini theater in their bedroom to watch romantic classics together. They fought. A lot. Xander sulked like a kicked puppy. Ren threatened to move to Antarctica. Still, despite the madness, they did share one unforgettable night. That night. First consummation. It was after a particularly ridiculous fight about Xander sending a 5-tier wedding cake to Ren's office just because he missed him. Ren snapped, yelled, screamed. And Xander, being a wolf in a suit, the only thing he knew, he pinned Ren to the wall and kissed the anger right out of him. That night, they ended up tangled in silk sheets, breathless and wild, all rage turned into heat. Xander was worshipful, hungry, and a bit too intense, but Ren, despite himself, wanted it. For once, it wasn't chaos. It was stars. And then, the next morning, Xander gifted him a platinum collar with his name engraved on it. Ren filed for divorce by lunch. A few weeks ago. The countryside escape. After fighting through the media frenzy, legal threats, and Xander sending him sad piano playlists daily, Ren finally disappeared to a quiet little cabin in the countryside. Peace, solitude, birds. And then, he threw up for 3 mornings straight. "Impossible," he muttered, squinting at the 2 pink lines on the stick. Turns out that night had consequences. Ren freaked out. "I am not calling him," he declared. Famous last words. Now back to the velvet-lined present. "I am not staying here," Ren snapped, arms crossed. "You're pregnant," Xander said simply, walking toward him. Ren's blood froze. What? You really thought I wouldn't know?" Xander tilted his head. "I have satellites, and your face has that glow. Plus, I may or may not have bribed your countryside pharmacist." "You what?" "I'm moving the mansion here," Xander said cheerfully, opening the window to reveal several helicopters and cranes, literally lowering an entire estate structure nearby. You're insane. I'm in love. I will tase you. I'll let you, if it helps you feel safer. Ren screamed into a pillow. Ren sits on the balcony of the Velvet Prison, staring at the absurd sight of Xander directing builders in Armani pants and suspenders, pointing at blueprints like he's building Noah's Ark. God help me, Ren mutters. Inside his robe, he places a protective hand on his belly. The tiniest bump. I'm doing this alone, he tells himself. From below, Xander yells, Our baby's going to have a zoo. Do you want tigers or pandas? Ren, alone. Xander, I'll get both. Chapter 2. Helicopters, Hormones. Honeymoon Reboot. The next morning, Ren awoke to the sound of violin music. Live violin music. Inside the bedroom. He groaned and rolled over to find a quartet in tuxedos lined against the wall, softly playing Canon in D. In front of them stood Xander Wolf, barefoot, shirtless, and holding a tray of breakfast. Happy second honeymoon, he said, with the sparkle of a man who had clearly lost all concept of boundaries. Ren blinked. I swear to God, if there's a horse waiting outside, I'm jumping off this balcony. There was, Xander admitted, but he didn't like the marble floors. Operation. Romance, Wolf style. Xander launched into his pitch like a startup founder with a love addiction. A proper honeymoon, he said, pacing. A reset, just us. No press, no security. Well, minimal security, just pheromone bonding, candlelight, and hot springs. I've curated the perfect package. Ren snorted. You make it sound like a cruise advertisement. Xander handed him an actual pamphlet labeled, The Love Reclamation Package, Wolf Edition. Now with more pheromone bombs and bonding-safe lingerie. Ren flipped through it. Satin handcuff massage therapy? It's science, Xander replied seriously. Omega comfort levels are highest when… Off a cliff, Xander. That's where I'm going. The candlelight dinner. Despite his protests, Ren found himself dressed in a flowing silk shirt and seated on a candlelit terrace that evening. The food smelled heavenly. The view of the countryside hills was unreal. And the alpha across from him kept trying to play footsie. Xander poured sparkling apple juice into Ren's glass with the seriousness of a sommelier. For the baby, he said gently. Ren froze, heart stuttering just a little. He looked away quickly. Don't get sentimental. I still hate you. Xander beamed. You're glowing. That's nausea. The pheromone bomb incident. After dinner, Xander led Ren to the romance suite, which was basically a luxury spa wing with dim lighting, soft music, and a suspicious mist filling the room. Ren sniffed. What the hell is this? The scent hit him like a truck. Xander's pheromones. Heavy, sweet, dangerous. You set off a bonding bomb? Ren wheezed. You alpha lunatic? Xander, already woozy with his own excitement, tugged at his shirt. I just wanted us to feel close again. You could have tried talking, you maniac. They crashed onto the bed in a tangle of limbs, heat and scent, and heartbeats racing. For one blazing second, Ren forgot to be mad. They kissed deep, messy, desperate. Clothes were half off, breathing ragged, hands shaky. And then thump. Xander passed out. Face down, on Ren's stomach, still muttering mine in his sleep. The morning after, Ren stared at the ceiling. The room was a mess, candles still flickering. Xander snored softly beside him, shirtless, arms loosely wrapped around Ren like a human furnace. Idiot alpha, Ren whispered, tucking the blanket around him. His fingers hesitated, brushing over Xander's cheek, for just a second. Then he turned away and grumbled, That's it? I'm divorcing you again. From behind, still asleep, Xander murmured, I'll just kidnap you again. Ren sighed and pulled the blanket tighter over both of them. Chapter 3. The Mafia Baby Shower with Gunfire. Ren never wanted a baby shower. Definitely not one with a guest list that read like an international watch list. But the minute the news of his pregnancy leaked, thanks to Xander accidentally broadcasting the ultrasound photo on a company-wide memo. It was game over. Gifts, guns, glitter. The baby shower was held in the mansion's West Wing ballroom. Crystal chandeliers, pink and blue balloon arches, a custom cake taller than Ren. Ren stood near the snack table, nibbling a fruit tart, wearing a black maternity robe Xander had stitched with Omega Supreme across the back. He was this close to committing violence. Cue dramatic entrance music. The first wave of guests arrived, all dressed in Mafia-grade suits, all carrying very large gift bags and concealed weapons. One ex-rival strode over and handed Ren a gold-plated baby rattle. "For the heir," he said gravely, "and if anyone comes near them, I'll break their kneecaps." Another man offered a bulletproof stroller. Xander, beaming with pride, whispered, "They love you now. Isn't that great?" Ren blinked. "I think I just got adopted by a cartel leader." The gender reveal and the grenade. The main event was supposed to be cute. Xander would cut a cake filled with colored frosting, pink or blue, and reveal the gender. Instead, Xander ended up wielding the cake like a shield when a rogue faction tried to crash the party. "Get behind me!" he shouted, flipping a table. Gunfire exploded. Confetti cannons triggered prematurely. Ren dove for cover with one sandal, one slice of cake, and a bodyguard shielding him with a diaper bag. In the chaos, Xander managed to punch a guy while holding the gender reveal cake in one hand. When the dust settled, half the cake splattered onto Ren's lap. He stared at the pink and blue frosting, then at Xander. "Twins?" Xander grinned sheepishly. "Surprise?" Ren screamed into a cupcake. Enter the in-laws. Just when Ren thought it couldn't get weirder, the Wolf family helicopter landed on the mansion lawn. Xander's parents descended like royalty, looking every inch like the elegant, emotionally distant billionaires they were. Ren tensed, expecting scolding or judgment. Instead, Xander's mother rushed forward, hugged Ren, and gasped, "You poor thing. Are you getting enough calcium? You look thin. Xander, he's glowing. Why are you not feeding him mangoes?" Xander blinked. I made a smoothie." "Shut up," his father snapped. "Stop hovering like a lovesick border collie." Xander opened his mouth, only to be tackled by his own mother's cane. They turned to Ren, who was now clutching a half-eaten cake slice, still in shock. "You're precious," Xander's mother declared. "We've already made nursery plans, and we're the godparents now." Post-battle aftermath. Later that night, Ren sat on the patio, watching the stars, one sandal missing and belly slightly showing under his robe. Xander joined him with 2 mugs of warm milk. "You okay?" Ren sighed. "Someone threw a grenade near the baby bingo table." "Yeah, but you looked majestic dodging it." A long pause. Ren looked at him. "Twins?" Xander beamed. "I always go big." Another pause. Ren sipped the milk. "I might still hate you. You'll love me again. Maybe." Chapter 4. Operation Woo the Tsundere. Xander Wolf was many things: CEO, mafia boss, multi-billionaire fashion icon, and former national fencing champion. But nothing terrified him more than Ren looking at him with those cold, judgmental Omega eyes and saying, "You're on thin ice, Mr. Wolf." The revelation. After the Mafia baby shower, TM, disaster/success, Xander had a breakdown. Not the public kind. No, the alpha panic spiral in the indoor koi pond at 3 a.m. kind. Ren was still not in love with him again. Despite the serenades, okay, maybe the string quartet at breakfast was too much, the cake-fueled shootout. It wasn't his fault. And the twins. He made 2 babies, didn't that count? He needed a new strategy. Q. Operation Woo the Tsundere. Step 1. Become a better partner, somehow. Xander signed up for co-parenting 101. Secretly. Then he bought the entire agency so no one would see him cry in the back row. He showed up in disguised trench coat, fake mustache, and sunglasses. In one class, the instructor asked, "What's the most important thing a co-parent should do?" Xander, voice cracking, said, "Not emotionally kidnap the other?" Everyone clapped. He cried. Step 2. Home-cooked meals. Xander decided to cook for Ren, just like the couples in those cheesy dramas. Except he mistook salt for sugar, set the blender on fire, and somehow exploded soup. After the second kitchen meltdown, Ren banned him from the stove. Ren, what the hell is a microwave creme brulee grenade, Xander? Xander, it was supposed to be romantic. Ren, you set the fridge on fire. Step 3. Love poems with sparkles. Undeterred, Xander switched to emotional warfare. He left handwritten poems on Ren's pillow, his teacup, his body lotion, his pregnancy pillow, and once accidentally on the back of the toilet lid. They were not good. Your eyes are stars, your hair's like silk, I'd bottle your smile and drink it like milk. Ren threw the poem at his face. But secretly, he taped it inside his drawer. The calendar of petty love. Ren, now 7 months pregnant and glowing against his will, made a divorce countdown calendar. Every day had a sarcastic message. Day 17. You made breakfast? Congrats on being a functioning adult. Day 12. You didn't buy another baby yacht. Growth. Day 6. If you touch my belly again without asking, I'm stabbing you with a spork. Day 2. Stop making me smile. Xander kept tearing off each day and framing it. The shift. Xander stopped trying to win Ren back. He just stayed. He held Ren's feet when they swelled, learned which snacks made him cry, read parenting books under a flashlight when Ren fell asleep snoring. And one night, when Ren had a nightmare, Xander didn't gloat or tease. He just held him quietly, whispering, "I'm not going anywhere, even if you hate me forever." Ren didn't say anything, but he clutched Xander's shirt all night. Chapter 5. Twins, Tantrums, Tsundere, Love. Final chapter. The grand finale. The plan was simple. A calm birth at a luxury hospital suite with light jazz, essential oils, and a highly trained alpha midwife. The reality? A broken elevator, a bathtub delivery, and 2 newborns screaming like opera divas mid-debut. Early arrival, early chaos. Ren's water broke at 3 a.m. Xander, having read 37 books on parenting and laminated his emergency birth plan trademark, still ended up fainting once, crying twice, and delivering baby J in a Versace bathrobe. Ren, stop sobbing and catch your child. Xander, he's slippery. 10 minutes later, baby Sophia arrived screaming louder than her brother and promptly peeing on Xander's face. Meet the heirs, baby Sophia. Stoic, judgmental stare, bit a nurse within 10 minutes. Baby J. Drama incarnate, cried in 3 pitches, had Ren's eyebrows of doom. They were perfect and terrifying. The breakdown and confession. Ren was exhausted. He hadn't slept, his body ached, and Xander kept singing lullabies off-key like a rejected K-drama protagonist. At 3 a.m., with one twin biting his shirt and the other wailing into his ear, Ren snapped, "Ren, I might love you again, okay? So stop being a walking rom-com disaster and pass me the bottle." Xander. Freezes mid-diaper change. Xander. You love me again? Ren. Might. I said might. Get over yourself. Xander burst into happy tears. Again. Ren pretended not to smile as he wiped them away. The proposal. Again. A week later, Xander got down on one knee. Ren. We're already emotionally entangled, codependent, and co-raising mini versions of you. What more do you want? Xander. Your grumpy approval and legal consent again to marry you, darling. Ren rolled his eyes and muttered, Fine, but this time, we do it my way. The Renified marriage contract includes 1. Monthly divorce clause, just to keep it humble. No surprise serenades before coffee. No buying countries as apologies gifts. Mandatory family cuddle time. Ren didn't write that, but the babies insisted. Family photo day. They dressed up. The mansion garden was prepped. Xander wore a flower crown against everyone's advice. The twins. Baby J threw frosting on the photographer. The other baby Sophia bit a flower girl and tried to crawl up a tree. Ren, covered in cake, holding baby J with a feral snarl. Xander, grinning like a maniac, baby Soria tucked under one arm, proudly showing off his chaotic little family. Photographer, say cheese. Divorce, Ren said. Blessed, Xander replied to his sweetheart. And the twins scream in stereos. Click. The photo turned out perfect. Epilogue. Snippet. Years later, the twins became infamous in elite preschool society. Xander remained hopelessly in love. Ren threatened divorce on a weekly basis but never went through with it. Their love stayed as chaotic, dramatic, and absurdly sweet as ever.